Well, hey there, everyone, and welcome to Young Adult Edition. We are so excited to see you on this beautiful Monday morning. We are talking all about a really fun topic today. You guys know these, you love these, you see them all over Bookstagram. We are chatting about bookish candles today. I am k.m. Robinson, author of the Siren War Saga, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host,
Elle Beaumont, author of Bindings of the Sea.
and it did not switch to her name. There we go, we got it. Sometimes you hit buttons on these things, it doesn't go quite as planned. We are super excited to be here today. Elle, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
I am good. It's been quite the week. I actually ended up rearranging my entire office, so I am in a different space right now. It was kind of a big undertaking, and I'm not done yet. How was your weekend?
Great, I got so much done. I planted a garden. I wrote so many words this weekend. I am kind of brain dead.
That's okay, though, because we're here hanging out, we're having fun, and you can't be brain dead when you're talking about bookish candles. So,
No.
super excited about that. We are talking about some really cool things today, including those bookish candles. But first, let's get to some book world news. This weekend was BookCon and Book Expo, and while neither of us were there, we did follow it on social media. Some amazing thing happened. I saw so many dang pictures. You guys, let's talk about jealousy. Have you been seeing all these pictures, Elle?
Yes, I wanted to be there so bad. I just wish I could be there, just looking at all the different authors that were there, the fun times that were had, the interviews that were had.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gone.
I was a big fan of the behind the scenes photos. So I actually follow a couple of booktubers over on Instagram, and they were just like outside taking beautiful pictures with each other, and it was just like absolutely lovely. I just had such a great time looking at not necessarily the more commercial side of it, but like the behind the scenes socialization side. I loved it. So if you guys did get to check out BookCon and Book Expo, go ahead and leave us some comment love below and let us know what your stories are, because we would love to hear what you guys were thinking. And we know that we've got some really cool things coming out this week in the book world, because of course we're talking about new releases over with BookCon and Book Expo today. They were doing some really cool stuff. And so today we are going to show off real quick our new releases for this week. Check those out. There are a ton of them, guys. Like so many. And so we're hoping that we got a bunch of them. But if we missed some, let us know. And if you're excited about some of these titles, go ahead and let us know what you were most excited to read this week. All right, we're going to jump in. We're going to talk all about book candles today. But first, if you are totally loving this show, if you're loving this episode, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. And hey, do us a favor, hit the share button. Because when you share our episodes, it puts it out to more book fans. And when they come join us, we can bring on more authors, more book world industry leaders. We can bring on book reviewers. We can do all sorts of fun and fabulous things. And so when you help us by hitting that share button below, we are going to be able to do more and more for YOU. So give us a shout if you are loving Young Adult Edition. All right, we're going to jump in and we're going to talk all about bookish candles. So here's the deal. Bookish candles are everywhere. People absolutely love bookish candles. We are seeing them on Instagram. We are seeing them on Facebook and Twitter. We are holding them up in booktube videos over on YouTube. They are everywhere. And the cool thing is people are actually creating these to go with different book series. And I bet you guys didn't know this. Elle is actually a candle maker. So Elle, we're going to get the behind the scenes look at these candles today. I am so dang excited. I know that you work with a number of authors doing some really cool stuff. You've got some really cool projects in the works. And because we can, we're going to talk about our friendship here today because you have candles for my books as well. So I know that this is a really cool and interesting process. I want to jump in and talk about the behind the scenes a little bit. So tell us, when people first approach you for creating candles for their book series, what is the next step?
So I usually ask them what particular scenes or characters you want to highlight, because the candles are really just like an extension of the experience of a book. So, and that's the way that I look at it. A candle isn't just something that you light and burn. It's an experience. So for, authors approaching me and they want a candle, I ask them first and foremost, what size, what scenes, what characters, do you have specific notes because a lot of authors, as writers, we know, you write specific scents, like he smelled like pine or something, you know, or she smelled like daisies. But it's not even really just about particular scents of these characters. I actually take it to another step, and I actually think of notes that represent. So roses are something that represent love, and these little notes go into the candle to make up this big scent. But like these little tiny scents that get into it, I think of what they represent, and it builds the character that you guys have written. So,
which I think is really awesome. I know that you've gone above and beyond for my characters, and I personally know nothing about candles, mostly because I'm allergic and I don't understand scents, and so I have to fully rely on you to create these scents. But you did manage to send me just a little tiny scent of one of my characters. And yep, we've got it right here. We've got the Dove candle. That is from my Golden Trilogy, guys. And he is my main character guy. And so she was able to actually send me just a little example of the scent, which is magnificent, even though I have to keep it in a Ziploc.
You still have it?
I know. I wasn't going to get rid of that, you know. It's like in a Ziploc, in a Ziploc, in a Ziploc, in a Ziploc, in a drawer. But I have it. But you have like absolutely captured it. I absolutely love that you work in so many different scents. I know last night, actually, was it last night? I think it was last night.
One of these
last
days.
night or the night before. We were talking about the candles for Jaded, and you were just listing all of these amazing things to completely change that look and that smell of it, and combining those things to make one big unique scent that perfectly represents the bakery or the different scenes in the story or the characters. And I love that you can actually put so many different things together to form one unique scent. So let's talk just a little bit about how you dive into this and how you are actually creating these candles. So we've, at this point, had our conversations with the author. We figured out how we're going to be creating these. What do you do next?
Well, then I get my supplies in and wait for that and get to work. It depends on, I usually do about a dozen at a time, because the process is, as an author, you don't have to feel obligated to actually buy the candles from me. If you want them for your own personal use, you can buy them wholesale. But I will actually keep them on me, and in the process, market your book and market myself, and you're more than welcome to market your book with the candle too. If, like I said, if you want to buy them wholesale, you're more than welcome to. However, I get to work on that, and once I'm done, I start taking pictures, I start marketing, and jazz up some, excitement for the book and the candle.
Yeah, you're actually quite good at that. And I love the fact that you don't necessarily make the authors go through the whole process of purchasing them from you. You can either market it on their behalf, or they can get them and do some really cool things within their brand at a wholesale rate, which is pretty dang awesome. Tell me, how long does this typically take from start to finish when you are having this conversation with authors to the time that you are done with these candles?
I try to get really good turnaround times. I like to get everything done fast. So by the time the author talks to me, I can usually get all the scents picked out within a day. And then it comes down to ordering my supplies, and that takes like about a week. So by the time everything is done and said, it's like a 2 to 3 week process. So, and then if you guys want it shipped out, it takes about a month for the whole entire process to happen.
Which is really dang fast. I was actually having a conversation with one of the other authors who is working with you, and she was pretty shocked with how quick you are about things. So, and just, I can say it because it's not you saying it. It's pretty dang fast, guys. I don't know of anybody who works faster. So,
yeah, I try to get it done fast. I try to have a good turnaround time, just because I know, deadlines and whatnot. So.
Plus, as authors, we tend to think of things and we want to do it right now within our marketing, or we think of things last minute. We have to get it done right now.
Yeah.
And you, because you are an author and a candle maker, you understand all of these deadlines and all of these things. So that's pretty dang cool.
I do. So I just ask for deadlines. Like if you have something that you want done, do you have a deadline? Because if you have a deadline, if it can wait, we can map it out and wait a month or so or however long, or I can order it right then and there, like, because I have done that. Like, oh, we got to get on this now.
Yeah, we tend to be one of those like very fast moving friends here. And we're just like, oh, I have this idea. Let's do it. Oh, okay. Let's do it now.
All right, let's work on that. Let's get that done. I want it done now.
Yeah, basically. We don't dawdle around here. Like, no, we're not known for dawdling, that's for sure. The publishing industry as a whole tends to be a little more, let's step back and think about this and kind of take our time with this. We are not.
No, I'm not. No. I'm a little spazzy when it comes to stuff like that. Like, no, I don't want to sit on it. I want to do it now.
Yeah, I am definitely one of those like fast-paced. Let's do this. We've come up with an idea. Awesome. Let's get the entire project done today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were working on something and you're like, you have a month. I'm like, I know, but I'm one of those people that I want to do it now because who knows what 3-4 weeks holds from now. Okay. So
that is so true. And procrastination, if something goes wrong, like, ooh, what are you going to do? How are you going to fix this? So
exactly. And because you know what? Wholesale companies that I buy from, they can mess up. So I like to have that wiggle room, it's just like books being printed, they can mess up. So you have to give yourself some time, like, all right, I have a week and a half because I don't get shipments on Saturday and Sunday. Like I have so I want to give myself wiggle room.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't blame you there. All right. So tell me, when you are creating these candles for books, is it usually maybe like 1 cent for the book, or do you kind of go and do like 2 or 3, or what's like a typical number for you in your experience? Not that everything's the same, but
I like to create at least 4 cents. It's really up to the author, but if I were to make my own cents, which I do plan to do, I would have like about 4. And I try, it's up to the author, but personally, I try to have different kind of scents that are in line with my book, but like I'll have a bakery scent. I'll have a spicy scent. I'll have a woodsy or a fresh air scent because no nose is the same. I know you can't smell things, but you might like a more woodsy scent versus I like fruity, so I try to still stay with the book, the characters, but have different kinds of scents that everybody can have a chance at liking.
Which I love. And I also love that you don't necessarily just stick to scenes or characters. You kind of mix it up so that you actually could potentially smell the characters from the story, because who would not want to smell Dove Bear all the time, just saying. But you also have those scenes in there. So as people are reading, they can get a sense of the character through that aroma that is in their room as they're burning this candle, or they could get a sense of the scene. So with my Jaded series, I know you have one that we're working on for the bakery, and they are frequently in this bakery. And so how cool would that be to actually have those smells around them as they are reading those scenes? So I love the fact that you get both of those in there. Do you prefer one over the other, or are they both kind of the same for you?
They're kind of the same for me. Cause I generally like all of my scents, all of the scents, because they all represent something different. So I like being immersed into the bakery, like that's an excellent kitchen scent. Like, somebody walks in there and they're like, well, I thought you were making a pie for me. Like, or, like a woodsy smell you could have in your living room and experience like you're in the woods, in the forest, in Golden. Exactly. And that actually, since we're, showing off, that is part of the candle line too, is the forest.
Yeah, and look how cool that looks together. I'm just saying, guys. Yeah, that looks pretty dang cool.
But this one actually is everybody, aside from Dove, everybody loves that one because it just smells like a clean forest, and you're really just submersed into the woods in the story when you light that up. Or you don't even have to light it up; you just have to take a whiff. So I mean, like, I love all of the scents because it's just the book in candle form. You know, like you're experiencing each scene, each character. I mean, hold on, sorry. Illyria is, this scent is a little complex, but I found that it really summed up Illyria. It's sweet. She's, sorry, not always sweet because she's pushed and she has to rise to the occasion. But that really like summed up her personality. It's got like apples and fruit and everything inside of that. I love creating complex scents that represent complex scenes, complex characters. It's the writer in me, like it's just.
Yeah. Now, do you prefer reading the book before you make these candles, or can you do it without reading the book as well?
I really do prefer reading the book. Win-win because you have another reader reading your book and a potential reviewer. But I love getting a feel for it because that to me helps create, okay, well, I've read your Jaded duology and I don't want to give away the candle that I made, but it was one of the main characters, let's just say. And there were some notes that when you think of them, you're like, okay, well, that's kind of a strange note to be inside of a candle, but you know what that person does for work. So that specific note inside of the candle represents what they do for work. So, yeah. And still staying true. So it's like things like that. Okay. Dove is part of he lives in the forest and his, notes, like it's woodsy and fresh air. So it's like, I wanted to know what the character is immersed in so I can reflect that in notes, so, and it's just the same for the scenes. Okay. There's an art house in Jaded and it's not really open for the public. So what would it smell like? Very musty, it would smell woodsy and musty, and note wise that needs to be reflected because it needs to encompass what you detailed in the book. Because anybody can grab notes and just be like, if I got a donut candle, that's not gonna represent the art house. And that's why it's important to really read through the book, think about the scene, and work with the author because you guys wrote it. You would know. Does this work? I asked you very frequently, do you think this works? Well, I don't know. I don't know what it smells like. I don't know smells. That
was kind of my answer, unfortunately. I don't know. But I like what you're saying here, that you can't just dump random things in and just assume it's going to work. So you brought up that example of the donut candle. And even if that had the bakery slapped on it as part of the label and it was to represent that scene, is that really what the bakery smells like? Is that all that it smells like? The one that you've created has so many different scents mixed in there to form this one complete candle scent. And you kind of really draw from the different areas within this bakery to create something really cool. And it's not just that one thing. It's not like a donut shop.
Yeah, no, because it's not a donut shop. It's not just donuts. When you walk into a bakery, chances are it doesn't smell like a donut.
Yeah. For sure. I'm pretty sure Annie, who is my bakery owner, would have something to say about that if that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, you make a ton of candles. Where can everybody find these candles? Where can we be expecting to get our hands on these? And what do you have in the future for us?
So I'm currently working on some chapsticks because I'm extending my line to do some bath and body. So I'm working on getting chapsticks out there and eventually.
Time out. I'm just going to say this, guys. If you want one of her chapsticks, these will be available next week at Denver Comic-Con for my new book, The Revolution of Jack Frost. If you want to get your hands on her first bookish chapstick, Denver Comic-Con is the place to be. They're giving them away. Go check it out. Keep going.
So eventually I'm going to actually extend into lotions and also like bath bombs and stuff like that. But I'm starting with chapsticks and candles, obviously. But you can find me on willowridgecandles.com. You can find me at Willow Ridge Candles on Instagram and also on Facebook. I'm working on getting my summer line out there. So if you check out my Facebook page, you're going to see things starting to roll out. So if you have any questions or whatever, you can contact me. I love talking. If you're interested in having candles made up for you, I love talking about candles. I love creating candles, and yeah, I love it. So, and
that's what I want to bring up next. Let's just assume we're going to do this two different ways. Let's assume that people want to commission candles from you, and then we'll go from there. So let's assume that an author has a book. They really want to reach out and do this with you. What specifically do they need to do? What information should they be sending you to start this process off?
You should send me an email and saying, hi, I'm interested in your candles. If you have a deadline, please let me know if you have a deadline. If it's just something that you want to chat about, just say, I'm just reaching out. I want to get this in the works. There's no deadline. And talk about specific scenes, specific characters. If you have a copy of your book, you can send it along. If you know specifically what you're looking for, go ahead and let me know. Like if you say, I want a forest scent, send me that there's this forest scent that I want and it's just woodsy. That's all I care about. Okay, easy enough. Just let me know. Usually I start with 4 scents. You can go up to 5. I try to keep the line small, but if you're buying them wholesale, that's different. And let me know if you want them wholesale or if you want me to market them for you and sell them in my shop. So that is basically what you can start with.
Fantastic. And of course, if we are readers, if we are book lovers, and we want to get our hands on some of these bookish candles or your other lines as well, what do they need to do to get their hands on some of your candles?
Well, you can visit my shop, which is at willowridgecandles.com. And if you have a specific scent that you even like, our good friend Yentl actually wanted me to make a cupcake scented soy melt. And I made her a very special rainbow cupcake with sparkles on it. And I do custom stuff too. So just let me know. You can shoot me off an email or message me on Facebook, and I'm more than happy to make custom stuff.
Fantastic. So let's quick chat about how we are going to be using these candles once we get them. I'm super excited about this because you guys know I'm a big fan of Instagram and Bookstagram, and these are huge over on social media. So let's assume you have managed to get your hands on one of these candles. This is not hers. I just happened to grab a candle, so don't assume, but I just happened to grab a candle today. There we go. If we grab one of those, how are we going to be using those? Well, of course, you're going to be burning them properly. And you guys all know the proper fire safety rules for all of this. This is the elementary school teacher in me. Fire safety. It's just something I have, is my disclaimer there. I have to say it.
I do have warnings. So in case you forget how to like properly take care of your candle, there you go. It has all your warnings right there.
Hey, on top of it.
Keep it safe. Keep it safe.
Candles are hot when burned. Don't put near curtains, you know.
Don't touch the flame.
Please don't touch the flame. You would think we wouldn't have to say that, but we do.
Yeah.
We do. So let's assume that you've got these gorgeous candles and you are burning them properly. What else can you do with them? Well, Bookstagram is a huge thing. So let's just real quick talk about how to do Bookstagram images with candles. Because yes, please. I literally just thought of this while we were on air, so I don't actually have photos for you. So we're going to hold things up and we're going to show you. So you can take your candles and kind of set your book up and take these beautiful pictures with your books. You can do flat lays as well. So you would maybe open up the candle, maybe lay the jar lid on the side, and you would be photographing them on a deskscape setting. So you would add things like more candles. You might have some succulents. You might have other things you would find at a desk. So what would you find on a desk or on a table where you would be keeping these gorgeous candles? Think about it and then start taking really pretty pictures with it. You're going to want to match it with things that accent the different covers. So maybe some purple for this. You might want to add some gold elements for something like this. You could even go with like blues and purples and pinks and like this corally color for something like this and match it. And then the candles are really cool because they are a more neutral color so that you can actually use those with anything. So pick a good background, pick some really pretty accessories to decorate with, and you can do some really cool stuff over on Bookstagram. And then once you are done with your Bookstagram images, you're going to want to use the proper hashtags. So hashtag Bookish Candles, hashtag Bookstagram, hashtag Willow Ridge Candles. You want to make sure that you are tagging people in there and getting those hashtags as well, because that is how people find your pretty, pretty pictures. So Elle, I know that we both take a lot of pictures of candles and of books because we're awesome like that over in the Bookstagram community on Instagram. Tell me, what is something that we need to know when photographing your candles?
Be careful because they do glare. It's glass, and the label is glossy. So that is something that, you need to be careful with that. I put twine on all of my candles. So it depends on really what you want, but really it's pretty simple photographing, taking pictures of the candles. Most importantly, if you're on Instagram or even Facebook, tag me because I love it. You can find me on Instagram at Willow Ridge Candles. You can tag me on my author one too, which is Elle Beaumont Books. But honestly, I love seeing people excited about my candles. I'm excited about my candles. I just, I want to see my babies. It's like seeing your book, always
tag the author, always tag the candle creator.
Exactly. I just tag me, hashtag me, share, because I like seeing more people fall in love with my product. So
yeah. And guys, that also helps the author and the candle maker, because when you tag them, other people can go look them up and then buy their books or buy their candles or whatever. And when we get more fans and more clients, we can do more cool stuff for you. Like, let's just be real. Elle right now is expanding her business to chapsticks and lotions and all sorts of fun and fabulous things, which she wouldn't be able to do if people weren't snatching up her candles.
Exactly.
So the more you help, the more cool stuff you get is all I'm saying. Now, Elle and I have a cool project that we are working on for some of my books. So if you stick with me over the course of the next month or so, I'm releasing huge, big, giant, amazing information about what we're doing, and they do involve candles and they do involve chapsticks. So this is something you do not want to miss and something you cannot get anywhere else, because we're doing some really cool, exclusive, awesome, fabulousness where you will be able to have first access to this stuff. So stick with us. It's going to be really awesome. And if you are absolutely loving book candles, go ahead and drop us a comment in the comments below, whether you are live with us right now or on the rebroadcast here on facebook.com/k.m.robinson books or over on YouTube or over on our blogs. We love your comments, and we want to know, what is your favorite bookish candle scent? Drop that below. Let us know. I'm going to favor the Dove candle because that's the one that I have smelled, even though I'm allergic. So that is my favorite. Just saying that right there. Elle, do you have a favorite candle scent at this point?
Out of my bookish line, I would say that Dove is probably my favorite. Dove is definitely my favorite. It is very masculine. So if you like those cologne type smells, that's what it smells like. But it stays true to the fact that he's grown up in the woods. He's frequently running around the woods. And it has that earthy smell with some like sweeter notes because He's a sweetheart, but definitely that. I do have a favorite out of the new line that I'm making for you. So
Yeah? Which one is that?
that one would be Grown.
Okay, and we're not going to say why because it's a little bit of a surprise.
It is.
Yeah, but let's just point out, I just want to point this out because I knew what you were going to say here, so I was leading to this. Let's just point out that first off, guys smell the best.
They do. They do. I don't know why, but like flowers just don't smell as good as like that earthy, rich smell that that musky, rich guy smells.
It's not fair. That girl perfume does not smell as good as guy cologne. It's just not fair. Like,
nope. It's not. I actually used to wear Adidas Moves. Even though they made a girl version of that, I used the the men's cologne because it just smelled so much better. It was like that sporty, citrusy, piney smell. And I'm like, it's still, if a guy walks by, I'm like, that's it.
Right? Yes. And I knew we were going there, so I wanted to bring that up. And Yentl's going to be so sad that she's not here with us live today because she would have something to say about this. We'll have to tell her this later.
Right. Well, that's what I told you about the Dove one when we were making that. And I said, it's one of those smells that if a guy walks by smelling like this, you're like, and I did. I feel like it's one of those stop, look, is he as attractive as that smell? Like,
that is, I feel like that's the perfect way to put it too.
And honestly, my sister was joking around because she happened to be like burning a scent and she was like, I want to let you know, husband, no guy has been in the house. It's a candle. Okay. My sister made me this candle. No man, because prior to that, she had had a scent and he was like, has a man been here?
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Well,
that's a running joke.
So that might need to be something you put on your warning labels.
Warning may cause men to be jealous.
Could you actually add that? That's kind of amazing. Listen, guys, if you are here with us, if you are on our broadcast or our live broadcast, let us know how the men in your life would feel about this. And do you believe that guys typically have the better scented stuff than women? Like, I feel like when it comes to guys and girls, men have the better scents and they have the better eyelashes.
Yeah, true that. Oh my gosh, my husband has like these magnificent eyelashes that he's passed on to my children, thankfully. But oh my goodness, you've seen them. Like,
yeah, it's just not fair, guys. Guys have it so much easier than us sometimes, I think, and they get the pretty eyelashes, and it's just not fair.
It is not fair. It is not fair.
But you know what? To make up for that, guys, get yourself a Dove candle because then you can smell all the gorgeousness too. And you can walk around smelling like it because you are in that gorgeous candle scent.
Oh, yeah. Or just give it to your girlfriend and watch her just puddle,
Yes, that is a good choice as well. That is a very good choice. You should turn this into some kind of cologne and just sell it and you would be absolutely rich.
Oh, I know. I had considered it actually. Like just have it as like an air freshener or a perfume and just like, or a lotion. Imagine smelling like that. Just, I'm going to behave. But
oh gosh. This, but we are.
Well, I was just thinking like you can put Dove. No.
Okay.
Woo!
Another kind of show. But yeah, no, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. I feel like I shouldn't say this, but you should make this lotion because that would be totally like perfect presents for people. I'm just saying.
I might. Who knows?
Things to consider. I mean, you are expanding.
I am expanding. So who knows? It could come to the line. I just need people interested and giving me shout outs to let me know what they do want to see. But I am expanding. So.
Yep. So we've got our Bookish candles. We've got some other really cool Bookish products coming. We're so excited for what you are doing over at Willow Ridge Candles. One more time, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me at willowridgecandles.com. You can find me on same place, Instagram, Willow Ridge Candles, and Facebook, Willow Ridge Candles. And drop me a line. Honestly, I love hearing from people. And if you want anything custom, let me know. I'm always game.
All right, guys, we are wrapping up for today. We're so excited because next week we have such a good show for you guys. Ella and I have been so excited about this. We are actually going to be talking all about sunken ships. So we are breaking down those off-canon relationships that we absolutely love and did not happen inside of the books. We want to know, which book characters did you desperately want together that would have been absolutely perfect and it did not happen? We're going to be talking all about that next week with author Amber R. Duell. The three of us have this conversation all of the time. I think like once a month we have this full out conversation about ships that have not sailed. It is a sad thing, but we are discussing this. I have a feeling we're going to have some differences of opinions on some of these things. Because we've already had some of these conversations. So
yes, on the Royal episode, I believe we had. So.
We did. We're gonna we'll touch on that one because we did have a full out conversation on that one. We're definitely gonna touch on that one, but there are others as well that we do not necessarily agree on, and some that we do agree on, including Amber's book.
Yes. So, oh my gosh, yes! I can't wait for that because I need to talk to Amber. So
right, this will be the first time we've had this conversation. But we have not had this live on air with her. So we've had a conversation with her, but we haven't had it live on air. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining. We do appreciate you being here. Give us all the shout outs and love below. But next week we will have Amber R. Duell here to talk about her book and about sunken ships, which are off-canon relationships that we all wish had happened and didn't. So join us next week, Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson books. We would love to see you guys here. Come ready, because we are talking about relationships that did not happen and should have in books. We would love, love, love to get your opinions. We do appreciate all of you being here and hanging out with all the fabulous comments that are coming in. We love hearing from you guys, so keep it up. Thank you so much. And see us next week, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson books for our next episode of Young Adult Edition. I'm K.m. Robinson, author of the Golden Trilogy, The Jaded Duology, The Legends Chronicles, Virtually Sleeping Beauty, and a whole bunch of other books. And this is my fabulous co-host,
Ella Beaumont, author of Binding of the Sea.
And you can find me here on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson books and on k.m.robinsonbooks.com and at k.m.robinsonbooks on all of the social media platforms. I would love to have you guys come and hang out with me. Elle, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Elle Beaumont Books. You can find me on Instagram, Elle Beaumont Books, and Twitter is Elle Beaumont. And you can also visit my website, ellebeaumont.books.com.
Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Have a fabulous day. Stay inspired, and we will see you next week for more Young Adult Edition. Bye.